Hello there. Why do labels feel so restrictive sometimes? Maybe because they don't exactly apply. And maybe they apply to most people. Maybe? Half the people? Maybe? But maybe not. So something like man is a really boxed in, tight, restrictive place to a lot of people. And something like woman is tight, boxed in. And even something like transgender can be a really tight, boxed in place for a lot of people. And where we start to go off the rails, I think, is when we insist that other people refer to us a certain way. So there are certain artists, activists, etc. that insist that other people change their views of gender to fit what I've discovered about myself, what the artist has discovered about themselves and gender. And I think that's the wrong way to go, and I'll tell you why. Isn't it more exciting to work together? I think you might get farther. We all might get, where are we going? We all might have a better understanding of how human beings work if we work together. If you make friends with somebody. If you just be your fabulous self and talk to somebody. Have a conversation. I think that'll be a lot nicer than you have to respect me. You have to do things a certain way. You know, maybe it comes down to being nice. It's okay to have the impulse to hold a grudge against every single person that has ever made fun of you, that's bullied you. But holding a grudge against every bully is completely irrelevant. Irrelevant to the people you meet today. If people look at you and make assumptions about you, that's not the same as what happened to you on the playground when you were in 6th grade. It is your stuff. The bullying that happened to you, in a way, belongs to you. It doesn't belong to them, to everybody else. In a way, that is yours to look at, to see, and to eventually, someday, let go. So that you can start the brilliant, wonderful work of relating to people. And so, maybe you find man restrictive, and maybe you find woman restrictive, and maybe you find trans restrictive, and maybe all of this feels really restrictive. Job number 1 is to live a beautiful life and be your fabulous self. Job number 1 is to find ways to find happiness. So that when you meet somebody who believes, well, women are this, and women have to act this way, and women have to do this, and women can't play sports, right? When you find that person, you'll be happy. And you can say, huh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Have you ever met any women who might want to play sports? Something like that. But when we get into this, it's me, and I've got to force all these other people to treat me a certain way. It's hecka not fun. And I think what everyone deserves is fun, and happiness, and joy. And that doesn't come from finding the correct label for yourself. that comes from taking a few deep breaths, being whoever you are, wearing whatever cosmetics you'd like to wear, and being yourself. That's what the world needs more of. Not someone who feels separated from everybody else and tries to force other people to think and act the way that they want them to be. So let's do this together. Let's broaden out the categories and eventually fuzz the boundaries enough that the categories might not exist. And take our time and work together to do that.